I'm Charlotte Olson. A suspicious backpack left behind led officials at Holiday World and Splash and Safari to eventually evacuate the Santa Claus theme park early Thursday evening. Indiana State Police say that the situation was blown way out of proportion. Sergeant Philip Hensley told WJTS late last night that the unattended backpack was reported to park security, who then contacted law enforcement and began their evacuation of the area. Hensley says that a bomb technician was brought on scene to scan the backpack before finding it to be okay. Hensley says that at around 9:40 last night, police left the scene and Holiday World officials allowed park customers to return to the park and to remove items from their lockers. Holiday World is scheduled to open at its normal time today after receiving an all clear from the state police. Holiday World Park President Mac Eckert says that all guests were provided with rain checks to come back another day to the park. Monday night, the Girls and Guns course took place at the Jasper Police Department, and the Jasper Rifle and Gun Club teamed up to provide information on gun safety. The reception from this event was positive as participants shared their questions and concerns regarding coming across a weapon or in contact having the need to use it for emergencies. Assistant Chief Nathan Schmidt of the Jasper Police Department elaborates on the type of workshop and also its purpose for this first group of participants.
It was very introductory, 101 for gun safety and stuff like that, because it's only a 4-hour course, you know. And like, for example, a police officer going to academy, they have 40 hours of basic firearms before they're even put in scenarios or anything like that. So a 4-hour course is not long enough to teach somebody self-defense. It was just more safe handling of weapons, storing them. If they find weapons or firearms that wherever, they can maybe unload them, check them to see if they're loaded, and safely handle them and to prevent injury.
He adds that it's possible that this workshop can continue as a program for future workshops. Assistant Chief Schmidt explained that they thought that there was a void in education that people may not know how to properly use guns, as if they are raising a request on gun permits as the Jasper Police Department. He touched base on possible connection that may have on major tragic events that have occurred in Indiana or the country, and it appears that an increase of firearm permits are being requested. Assistant Chief Smith says that there were 25 participants on Monday, and they already have a list of 15 to 20 people who were interested in participating in another course, and describes the material that was used for the introductory course utilized on Monday.
And we had probably 25 to 30 firearms down there, just different kinds, because each one is a little bit different. So it was important for them to see the different types of firearms and see how to maybe manipulate and check each one individually, and just kind of gives them a broad spectrum of what kind of firearms are out there and how each one's different and how it could be dangerous if they came across it and they didn't know anything about it whatsoever.
He says that participants shared feedback about learning information that they found valuable, especially those who have guns in their households. Assistant Chief Schmidt stated that they believe in the Second Amendment, that the right to bear arms, but people need to be educated, especially with firearms, and it's crucial that caution and safety measures are always taken seriously. A Huntingburg man was thrown from his truck Thursday afternoon when he crashed his pickup along Highway 231 near the Huntingburg Airport. At around 4:15 yesterday afternoon, the DuBois County Sheriff's Department was called to the scene and discovered that Jason Thacker of Huntingburg was traveling northbound when authorities say, for an unknown reason, his heavy-duty pickup ran off the side of the road. Deputies say that the truck continued about 75 yards until it crossed a private drive and struck a mailbox before continuing off the road and eventually rolling over before stopping. Police say that Thacker was thrown from the truck and came to rest at the edge of a cornfield just north of where it had stopped. They say Thacker complained of back pain and was taken by helicopter from the scene to St. Mary's Medical Center in Evansville. Deputies say that they are not sure whether or not Thacker was wearing his seatbelt at the time of the crash. A passenger, Nathan Brom, also of Huntingburg, was able to exit the truck on his own. He refused medical treatment at the scene, but deputies observed a cut on his cheek. The crash is still under investigation, and deputies were assisted at the scene by St. Henry First Responders, Memorial EMS, Huntingburg Police Department, and the Indiana State Police. Highway 231 was closed for a short time after the accident. This 4th of July, the Washington Fire Department is having their 3rd annual 5K Run Walk event to benefit the local Kids Fire Relief Fund. Battalion Chief Rick Mattingly shares details about the upcoming 5K event.
We're having our 3rd annual 5K run on the 4th of July, and it is for our Children's Fire Relief Fund, which what that is any children or child that has a fire in all of Davis County, we will take them out and get them some clothes and some essentials.
Battalion Chief Mattingly shared that this type of initiative is important and it demonstrates overall community involvement. He speaks on the significance of people participating and what they hope that the community observers of the department initiatives.
We want the community to know that we're not here just to put out the fires and help with the EMS, that we do have compassion and care, and that's why we want to take the children out and take care of them after they have a fire. And we also, and I didn't mention earlier, we sponsor a child at the Indiana Burn Camp every year.
His family will also be participating in this run walk event, and his son will be walking with Mattingly's father, and Mattingly will be running with his grandson. 4 generations dedicating their time to enjoy the 4th of July while helping a community-wide fundraiser. Back in 2014, the Washington Fire Department had over 70 participants, and there is same-day registration. Again, this event is taking place on Monday, July the 4th at the Eastside Park Kiwanis Cabin in Washington, and the Indiana entry fee is $25. For more information, you can call 812-259-5189 or 812-486-6300. A Huntingburg man was placed under arrest after he was found to be in possession of drug paraphernalia Thursday evening. Around 5:30 Thursday afternoon, Huntingburg police received information that there was possible drug manufacturing at a residence located along the 600 block of South Chestnut Street. Around 7 p.m., officers went to the residence to follow up on the complaint and discovered Troy Denton inside. Police say that further investigation led them to believe that Denton was manufacturing meth from inside the home. Officers then secured the area and applied for a search warrant from the DuBois Superior Court, which was granted. They also contacted the Indiana State Police Meth Supervision Team, and a search led to the discovery of multiple items inside the residence that was believed to be manufacturing meth. State police safely removed and documented those items without further incident, and Denton was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center in Jasper on a level 6 felony count of possession of drug. Thursday afternoon, officials with the Jasper Citywide Water Utility provided an update on the neighborhood boil order advisory for customers along North Newton Street between Matthew Avenue and Sheeter Road. Officials say that the first samples of the water were tested Thursday and the results will be delivered from the lab today. They say water from the site may pass 2 samples over a 48-hour period before the order is officially lifted. Until further notice, residential and business customers in the affected area need to boil their water before consuming. A boil water advisory is issued when some type of event has created the potential for contamination to enter the water supply. Jasper Water customers in the area impacted should bring water used for drinking, coffee, tea, powdered drinks, fountain drinks, ice, brushing their teeth, and washing dishes to a full boil for at least 5 minutes before consuming. A pipe break that took place around 9 p.m. on Wednesday evening near the water tower on Newton Street resulted in this boil order advisory. This reminder, with the 4th of July holiday now upon us, state officials want to remind folks that each year more firework-related injuries are reported on Independence Day than any other day of the year. The Indiana State Fire Marshal's office says that last year 47% of a total number of reported cases occurred on the 4th. Fire Marshal Jim Greason says that having more knowledge on fireworks safety and taking smart precautions when handling fireworks can lead to safer celebrations. Greason says fireworks make the holiday very exciting, but he says Hoosiers need to remain vigilant about fireworks safety. Last year, 181 firework-related injuries were reported to the Indiana State Department of Health, the highest number of firework-related injuries since 2006. According to the media reports, 2 Indiana residents died in 2015 due to firework-related injuries, and more than 1/3 of all reported firework-related injuries involved individuals 18 years of age and younger. In fact, the average age of all injured persons was 24.5 years old. Ages ranged from 1 to 78, and hand or finger injuries accounted for 43% of firework-related injuries. Firecrackers, rockets, and aerial devices accounted for 47% of all injuries. So please use fireworks with caution and safety. Keep it here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.